So, we're going to be starting a new section called Player Spotlight, where we're going to focus on players from other teams or just individual players around the area. So if you want to be on it, let us know. We're probably going to do one every month or so. Let us know what you think. So, here we go.
Does my hair look cute?
Yeah.
You always look cute.
Hi, my name is Dan, better known as Chuckles. I work at Extreme, and I'm a member of the team of the Rykon Reapers. First off, I'd like to start off with my primary weapons. Talk to you about them. Right here we have my Echo 1 XCR. This thing, I have had it for like 3 years. Originally, I won it as a contest for a Secret Santa, and I ran it real hard for a while until it ended up, the gearbox ended up crapping out on me. But I used that thing for a solid year and a half. Then I traded it off to my friend for another gun. Then he ended up giving it back to me, trading it back, just fixing a little bit and tuning it up a little. And now the thing is running amazingly, and the thing shoots lasers. I like to add the suppressor because I have a longer inner barrel, a tight bore. That's one of the most important upgrades that I made to it. Another thing is I have these Magpul XTM rail covers. It's easier to just hold on to those rather than the rails. And I have flip-up backup sights that I usually use. But I also like to run this EOTech replica. And then on the back, I have a 416 style stock. And the cool thing about that is that it's kind of hollowed out, so there is an excessive amount of battery space for me to utilize. My other primary is my AK-47 by Echo 1 with a Riz. It has a full metal body, polymer stock, and the ergo grip, which makes it much more comfortable to hold and shoot. I like having the Magpul front foregrip on it. That's super helpful for more stable firing and control. This was having some issues, just some easy gear issues. It got locked up, but then my friend reshimmed and relubed the entire gearbox and other things. It is amazing. It's my primary for indoors and outdoors. It shoots right at that threshold of field legal for both. I just love the AK platform. It has gotten me a lot of weird looks sometimes, but there's no good feeling like kicking a mag out and rocking it back in. Nothing feels so good as doing that. So, yeah. So my secondary, that is the only secondary that I have. More normally I don't really see much of a need for it, but sometimes I do when I get into a CQB situation where I feel like a rifle is obviously not going to be cutting it enough, is my Elite Force 1911. It is the 1911A1. It is a CO2. This thing has served me well. I run pretty heavy BBs in it, so that's how I get the best out of this. That's how I get the best accuracy. And you're definitely going to get people to call your hits. And it has the threaded tip on the end of it, so you can always find a way to make it look super sexy with a barrel extension. Now we're going to talk about some of the excess gear and accessories that I run on my person. I only run one knee pad on my... No, I don't know what knee I put it on. So left knee. I like to run one knee pad on my left knee. I find myself crouching a lot and taking rest on my left knee just because I'm more righty, so it's easier for me to take the corner and to shoot like that. It's much more feasible for me to just use one for, especially when you're outdoors. I want to have that advantage of I'm already at a disadvantage in the woods, so if I'm behind a tree, I want to try to give myself the leg up on them by having my dominant hand control the gun. Another accessories, I've had these Mechanics 2012's gloves in tan. I've been running these things for 3 years, and I've been playing for 4, so these things have served me well. They're kind of starting to get to their end. The straps aren't working too well, but they still hold on real tight. I cut off the finger holes because at one point I ran a saw and it was easier to make some adjustments just by doing that. I run these Z-Tac Comtacs. These things have also served me very well. I use them at a lot of the larger events since they don't require a lot of face protection. So I'll just run goggles and the Boonie Hat, and I'll run this just because it allows me to just It allows me ear protection because I've been shot in the ears, and that's the worst experience ever. Your ears will ring forever. But also, not only do I get comms on this, I plug in my radio to this, but it also amplifies the sound around me. So then sometimes if I hear someone walking around in the woods or something, or if I hear someone stalking, or if I hear something off in the distance, I can be more alert to it. But the only issue with that is that it kind of neutralizes the distance, so I don't know where it's coming from, is the primary issue with that. Next, for my iPro, I run these Lancer Tactical tan goggles. They used to have foam in them, but I have long since ripped them out. Playing indoors a lot, with a lot of fogging, you want to find the most successful way of trying to minimize that fog, and that was the best way. These things, they may fog up easy, but with just a few little shakes, a little bit of fresh air, they'll clear out just fine. I like them better than the other. I run Vulcan Sierras, and those things fogged up every time I put them on. I also like to wear a mesh mask just because it's easier than having a full face mask. It can be bulky, and I like having a separation if I ever have to, on the field and I have to take a quick drink of water. I can pull it down, I can put in my hydro tube, and I'll be fine. And then it's also very breathable. None of the hot air that I'm going to be breathing out are going to be going up into my goggles, or it's going to minimize the amount of that happening. Another piece of kit that I've had forever is this old and withered dump pouch. I basically only run mid-caps, so this is the most effective thing because in a moment of panic I don't always have the know-how to index magazines back in, so it's easier to just dump it, forget about it, and go to town in the middle of a firefight. So that's the way I can be most effective on the field. Alright, now it's time to talk about my primary rig, what I wear on my chest, my neck, my head, just to protect myself. We'll start from top to bottom. I like to start off with my Boonie Hat. I like to run those at big events. I usually just fold the sides up, contacts over my ears, just pretty simple, and then when it's raining it keeps it out of my face, which is really nice, and I appreciate that, so thank you, Boonie. I also wear a tan shamag around my neck. I've had that for years as well. It's protected me from quite a few gross shots I've seen. Getting shot in the neck is not pleasant at all. I went one game without wearing it once, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. That hurt. And now we're going to get to my main plate carrier, which is the Condor QPC.
Is it?
I don't know. We just looked it up like 4 times. Now we're going to talk about my main plate carrier. This is the Condor QPC. It's quick release plate carrier. You will know that is that because there is this strap here. It's velcroed on, and you can pull it and tug it and then drop it as quick as possible. Even though it's only really held on by one piece of Velcro and some Velcro there, that doesn't mean it's not strong. This thing's been holding it up with a massive amount of gear that I've been wearing. This thing, apparently it was worn for 6 years before I got it, and I ran it for a year. I actually got this from Dave. And this thing, as you can see, it's held up. The stitching's remarkable. There aren't any rips and tears really in any of it. Usually I like to run my admin pouch. I can keep a pistol mag in here or a speed loader. Just makes it a little bit easy for me to reload, or it's just convenient when I'm on the field at a big event and I'm dead or something. Also, I use it to store my kazoo. If any of you have seen me on the field, you will know that the kazoo is used for charges and or entertainment. There are several videos out there where I am playing that. I also run a triple M4 magazine pouch. They can hold up to 2 M4 mags, or they can hold an AK mag. Wait, no, maybe not. I don't know if they could. Triple M4 pouch. So it's a double. It can either hold 2 M4 pouches or 2 M4 pouches. Damn, son! That's a lot of pouch space! A triple M4 pouch. Now this is like a triple double, I like to say, so it can hold 2 M4 mags, or it can carry an AK mag. As of now, it's set up for my AKs. And then I have a double kangaroo pouch, so I'd like to put the AK mags in the back too, because it doesn't fit very well in the front too. I couldn't put 2 more AK mags, but when I run M4s, it's M4 mags, M4 mags, and that's how that's set up. I like to carry as much ammo to be prepared on me, so I have less reloading that I have to do on the field. Over here I have some banger pouches. These are really good. They're not only Velcro, but they have the clips. And when they are not being used for bangers, at larger events, I'm going to use them for cliff bars because you always need to keep yourself very well fueled on the field, so that's super important. Alright, now on to the back of my play carrier. There's a drag handle here in case someone is coming up behind me to medic me. They can grab me and then pull me and not throw me to the ground. It's much easier than doing that. I have a massive hydration pouch that I use for a 3-liter hydro Camelback. It's good because I could spend most of a day on the field and not have to fill it just because I like to carry extra water bottles on me. So I'll drink water bottles when I get back to CP, but this is for emergencies out on the field, so I try to keep hydrated. Then I have my radio pouch here. This is a very large radio pouch, so I stuffed a sock at the bottom in case I had a short battery, but I also use a Baofeng and I run the extended battery, so it's much larger, but even then it still helps. So if a teammate has to come over, they can just unclip it and it's already up. They're like, oh, is your radio on? Oh, it's on. Oh, I can see the settings. It's fine. Or if not, they can pull it out real quick. And then usually I'll just weave that over here into my contact. So it's pretty set. Thank you guys so much. This is Chuckles, and this has been my Player Spotlight. See you guys out on the field.
Shit that I spit out the lip, rip and dip with the clip. The whole team gotta hit real quick. Talk shit, get hit, then the clock gon' tick. So I gotta get rich. We all gonna die.
I run it standalone. I run it with the the M3X Tactical Illuminator by Inforce. That's not by Inforce, is it? I don't know who this is made by. So after some Google foo and me being an idiot, this is made by Insight.